Why would Ben wake up at 4 a.m.? He works for UCI. He's on government time.
He's an idiot.
Idiot.
He's like, I gotta go ride my bike for 2 hours outside.
Well, all I know is Sean's an early riser because our first Vegas trip, we were trying to celebrate Sean's birthday, so me and Evan got up at like 7 or 8. Oh, no, wait. The night before we talked to Sean, it's like, hey, let's go grab breakfast tomorrow morning since it's your birthday. We got up at 7. Sean was already gone. and then we like sat around like, where is he? And we just kind of waited. And then an hour later, he shows up. He comes back and he goes, yeah, already went to, oh crap, what's the name of that breakfast place in Paris? Bouchon. So...
Wait, he went by himself?
He went by
Bouchon?
himself. Uh-huh.
What the
And
fuck?
that's how we knew that Sean would like go see movies by himself, goes and eats by himself. He's like, I ain't waiting for you fools.
Did he give explanation as to why he didn't wait for...
Yeah, it wasn't like we didn't wake up in time. I think like he left at like 6:30 and we're like, what? And the couple times that I've gone to Vegas with him for like EDC, dude, like I'd be like passed out asleep because EDC ends at 5-6 a.m.
Yeah, we all know you can't hang, David, so...
I want to be in bed by like 4
4 p.m.
p.m. And Sean is up at like 7. Like, doesn't matter what time he went to bed, but he's already up. He's already like scrolling on his phone. I was like, Sean, like half asleep, obviously. I'm like, Sean, do you want to go get breakfast? And he goes, okay. All right, let's go get breakfast. And I like
jumps off the bed and is
I
jumping
know.
up
I'm
and
like,
down.
what the hell's wrong with you? We just went to bed like maybe 2 hours ago, but
20 minutes ago, I fell asleep.
all right. And welcome to another episode of Dos Nas Cincos. This is episode number 57. This week we cover Cook Up a Storm as part of That's What I Call Cinco's foreign movies, as well as Street Sharks season 3, episode 21. But before we get into that, as always, I am your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ben.
So, guys, outside of the movie of the week and Street Sharks, did you guys see anything else, Ben?
All right. Well, I watched 2 movies.
Movies?
Two.
You watched 2 movies? Are any of these movies happening on
American soil.
What is your job in these 2 movies? Sorry. I guess I've been watching a lot of... I started watching Always Sunny again.
Well, there you go. So wait, have you just been watching the podcast episode just to get ideas?
No, I just happened to start at that season.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wars.
here, David, I got you a lemon. Here, suck on it. just suck on this lemon.
Well, they are good for scurvy.
I lied, Greg. Here, just take this one. I watched Brink. So, have you guys watched Brink before?
Like the scary movie?
No, Brink.
Oh, Brink.
Oh, is that the Skate, the rollerblading movie
Yeah.
from Disney?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. We pretty much watched it, because just play Tony Hawk, and I'm just like, damn, I really need some nostalgia food right now. So watching that, damn, it definitely brought back a whole bunch of.
So if we were playing Wii Bowling at some point, would that mean that you'd feel nostalgic and want to see Alley Cats?
Actually, we're gonna watch that next.
Really, dude? Alley Cats is boss.
Alley Cats strike again. God damn. Yeah, so we're going full Disney Channel nostalgia trip right now.
So Ben, had you seen Brink before?
Oh yeah,
okay.
I definitely watched Brink before. Did you know that that Zach from Power Rangers was in it? I did not know that. That's crazy.
Black Ranger?
Yeah, he was on Team X-Blades. He was the guy who broke his hand at the beginning.
What?
Or his leg. He broke his leg. Yeah.
Damn.
And he's like, oh, Brink is cool.
I feel like I watched Brink a bunch of times when I was a kid, but I can't remember anything about it.
Yeah. For some reason, when you guys said Brink, the first thought in my head was the scene from Heavyweights when they're driving the go-karts. I don't know why.
Oh my! Wait, what?
That was the first thought that ran in, but I was like, Brink. Oh, the rollerblading movie.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was the other movie for you, Ben?
This other movie that we watched by the way of Anthony's request was called Porky's. Have you guys heard of that?
Porky's?
Yeah.
Corky Romano?
No, not Corky Romano. Porky's.
Oh.
Yeah, Porky's.
You watch Porky's.
Yes, Porky's.
What's Porky's?
It's like that one where there's like a bar or strip club. What is it?
It's like a strip club bar thing. I don't really know. I think it's a strip club.
That seems like a weird movie for you to watch in
No, it's
tandem
not.
with Brink.
They're the most random group. I'm
Hey,
not surprised at
we
all.
just finished watching Brink. You want to watch this movie about like
a peeping Tom.
Not glory holes, but
Porky's is a 1981 Canadian American teen sex comedy film.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's man, that movie did not age well. It did not age well. I mean, and by age well, I mean like it was definitely one of those movies like Grease, you know, when you're watching it and you're like, there's no fucking way these guys are in high school. They look like they're 40, you know? Definitely one of those movies.
Well, when I was a kid, I thought people who were in high school looked like they were like grown-ups.
Yeah, that is very true. You know, as soon as you hit high school, bam. Like,
And then I'm like, why are all these stupid little kids here?
Why does this have so many spin-offs?
I don't know. Like, I was really
Porky's 2, Porky's Revenge.
dude, like, okay, well, the whole plot of the movie is that like they're like, oh man, we're really horny, we want to get laid, and so they go to this like strip club called Porky's, and then they try to all get laid there, and then the owner named Porky throws them out and like makes fun of them, right? Now, mind you, this happens maybe 20 minutes into the movie and lasts maybe like 10 minutes. Then the rest of the movie happens where they're like, oh, haha, random sexcapades, and
Shower
then
hole.
yeah, shower hole and all that shit, right? Literally the last like 10, 15 minutes of the movie, they're like, we have to get revenge on Porky. And that's why they called it Porky's. Like, I don't
Yeah, I
get
never
it.
really understood that movie when I was. I guess I was too young for it when I
Yeah.
saw it. I
If
was
you're
just
gonna watch
watching it.
anything, if you want to watch anything that has a bunch of nerds trying to get laid, maybe Revenge of the Nerds is a better choice.
I don't think these guys were nerds though. I think they were just
High school.
high school douches.
No,
Yeah.
I like Revenge of the Nerds though. Solid
But you
movie.
identify with it a lot.
You identify as a nerd.
We're doing a movie podcast. What do you think?
I don't know I don't know about you, but I'm like
What
super
you mean,
cool,
man?
like
What was
All
that
right,
supposed-
okay.
skateboarding
That's
and
supposed-
leather jackets and
Yeah,
So
well,
Ben, I'm assuming based on your reaction, you had never seen Porky's before.
I've never seen Porky's before. I definitely was like, what the fuck when the movie opened up and they just throw out the N-word with a hard R right away. And I'm just like, well, okay. And then they throw out a few more. I'm just like, okay. And then like later on, the whole movie devolves into this whole thing where it's like this whole acceptance storyline where it's like, yeah, you know, you have to be more accepting of people. And they're talking about the Jewish guy.
Any desire to finish the other
No,
two?
God, no. No fucking no. I don't want to
Louis,
see
make sure you
Porky's
pick the
Revenge.
next-
What the fuck you mean?
Bowie, make sure you pick all Porky's movies.
Porky's
every Friday.
2, and then
Porky's
next
Revenge.
week, and then Anthony can pick Porky's Revenge, and then you guys can finish it off.
Dude, they're gonna look like they're gonna be cashing in their social security checks by the next movie. Holy fuck, they look old.
What about you, Stu? See anything?
I mean, that did remind me of what I did see, which I think is a much better teen movie, which was actually not another teen movie, is what I watched. So,
Ooh.
what, you don't like that movie?
No, I didn't like the segue, but continue.
I thought it was pretty good.
Go ahead, Stu. What was the movie?
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, David.
What?
I'm not doing this.
No, what is the movie?
I just said it. We're not doing this. We're not doing this who's on third or whatever shit.
So what made you decide to watch it?
I was looking through Netflix for something to watch while I was doing whatever, and I saw it was on there. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna watch this, and so I watched it, and man, that's a classic.
It is, it really is.
Man, Chris Evans, and what's her name? She's got paint on her overalls. God.
Damn, America's ass. How was America's ass?
America's Ass. That's where America's Ass got his. Was that his like first big movie?
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
You're there or Sunshine, one of the two.
Sunshine. No, I think Sunshine. He was like, I think he was a lot younger in Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah, probably.
But I just say the one thing I don't remember is too well about Not Another Teen Movie was that the music in it's really good. There's a lot of good songs in it, a lot of good like 80s or like 80s covers. So that was an enjoyable part of it. The movie.
I only remember one part or one song in that whole movie, and it was the cheerleading scene.
We're North Compton Wildcats. Classic. I mean that man. It's unfortunate that something like that probably would not fly these days, but
Oh yeah, definitely not. There would probably
man.
be protests.
It'd be canceled immediately, which is unfortunate. But that's why I guess that's why nothing can be funny anymore. So there's no good funny movies lately.
Yeah, because they all have to be politically correct, and unfortunately, those aren't very good jokes.
Yeah, those are the worst jokes.
Yeah, so over this past weekend, I actually went to the drive-in theater to try to go see Tenet.
You tried? What happened?
Yeah, Paramount drive-in theater. And so when we got to the front of the line, they told everybody that they were sold out of Tenet. So the drive-in theater is operating at 50% capacity, and showtime was at 7:30. They opened the doors at 7, and so everybody that was waiting for the doors to open, some of them got there as early as 4 p.m.
It's 4 a.m.
No, sorry. It was 4 p.m. Yeah. So I briefly spoke to the person that was making the announcement. I was like, hey, what time did everybody get here? And she's like, 4. And I was like, 4, what time did you guys open? She said 7. You're telling me people waited 3 hours in their cars to see Tenet? She said, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay.
Like, were they allowed to pull in and wait, or were they waiting like outside?
So they were waiting in their car in the queue inside like the parking lot. So they have like 3 stations on the outside. And so there's probably enough room for maybe about, I want to say 80 cars from where the start of the ticket booth is out of the parking lot and into like the main street. Paramount Boulevard was backed up all the way where I would turn in if I was going to my old job at Carlton. So I was like, holy crap, this is really far back. And I was like, oh, maybe it'll just like loosen up. At the time, I didn't know that this was what was happening. So we were just waiting. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we got up there, and then you just hear this bullhorn. And she's just yelling. She goes, screen 1, Tenet is sold out. Screen 2 is still available. And we're already like really deep in there, and I'm like, there's no way for me to get out. So I was like, all right, whatever screen 2 is, I guess we'll stay and watch that. So instead of watching Tenet, I saw the Broken Hearts Gallery with don't remember. I wasn't by myself. I was with Irene. So originally we were supposed to see Tenet, and we did not. So seeing the movie, it was okay. I'd probably give it a 6. It's like a rom-com.
Was she relieved, or was she looking forward to Tenet?
She actually didn't care. She just wanted to be out of the house. She's like, let's go see a movie. And I was like, okay, let's go try Paramount and see Tenet. And she goes, all right, whatever. She was just excited just to be able to do something that's quote unquote normal, I guess.
Semi-normal.
So yeah, we went there, and then she was like, well, we could try to get out of here since, we can't see Tenet, or we can come back at 10:30 when the second showing is. They're going to open the door at 10:30 for the 11:20 showing of Tenet. And I said, no, we're already here. We'll just stay and we'll see what the experience is like. So we bought tickets for the Broken Hearts Gallery. It was okay. I'm not a huge fan of what's her name? She was in Blockers.
The main actress?
Uh-huh.
Crap, I don't remember her name.
I don't remember her name.
She was good
Selena Gomez.
She was good in that.
No.
She was the Indian chick, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And also the guy who played Geraldine Visanthan, or whatever. I don't know how to say her name. And then DeCray Montgomery. He played Red Ranger in the latest, and also is
Stranger Things, right?
Yes, from Stranger Things as well. So He was actually pretty good. I liked his character in the movie. That movie is probably about a 6 on a scale, but I think it would have been a lot better if there wasn't a huge distraction that was like parked right next to us. So if you wouldn't do it in a theater, I feel like you shouldn't have done it at a drive-in theater. And so she was like, it was like a family. The mom was like walking around outside the car on her phone, like on speakerphone, not like regular, not just like, handset mode,
Man,
on speakerphone, like screaming, like talking really, really loud.
just like those Progressive commercials. This episode brought to you by Progressive.
I'm like, dude, I understand if you were inside your car, I can't hear you. It's probably not too bad. But she kept opening and closing the car door. And then because her kids were sitting in the back seat, and so she was like walking around with her husband, and they were extremely rude, extremely loud, and I'm just like, and Irene was very distracted the entire time, just like trying to like listen to the movie, because it's kind of hard to see drive-in theaters in the first place because they're not very bright, and also you have your car radio going. So I mean, it's touch and go when it comes to drive-in theater stuff in the first place, and then you have people who don't have any etiquette. So nice to know that I needed to get there at 4 p.m. to be able to see a movie at 7.
Wait, what time did you get there?
I got there at
7:45.
No. We left her house, got to the back of the line, roughly about 6:45.
6:45.
Yeah, it didn't take very long. We left at 6:30, so it was like 15 minutes from her house. And then
You left at 6:30?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, and you said the movie starts at 7:30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
We thought that,
now I don't feel
maybe
bad
it'd
for
be
you.
like we would take like 20 minutes to get there, and then some traffic, and then probably get in by like 7:10. Nope, wasn't even close. Got there at like 6:45, 6:50 maybe, and then we didn't get to the ticket booth until almost 8 o'clock. So
Rookie mistake, David.
okay, so what was your driving experience like? Did you show up like 4 hours early?
I have showed up like an hour and a half early, yeah.
And you didn't care to share that with any of us the last time when you told us that you went to a drive-in theater?
Hell no. Figure that shit out yourself.
Man, based on what I heard, being there an hour and a half would have been good enough. I would have been just further up the street. I need to be there like 3 hours early. Yeah, so the experience of the drive-in theater, it was actually kind of nice to be able to see a movie that's not on my couch or not watching it from my bed or anything like that. But it was interesting to see like people standing outside for concessions. I was like, yeah, you guys are not going to see most of this movie. And I think the Broken Hearts Gallery wouldn't have done so well if it wasn't for the fact that it was sharing the same drive-in theater as Tenet and sold out.
Just all the runoff goes to the.
Well, because at one point after we got past like up to the ticket booth and they sold out of the second screen, they put a temporary fence behind us, and I was like, well, even if I wanted to not see this movie, I don't think we had a choice at this point. I was like, we're already committed, all right, we're watching this. It was okay. So I think that'll do it for that. So we'll shark dive into Street Sharks season 3 episode 21. And the countdown, I believe, is what, 7 more episodes, guys?
Yep, 7 more.
7 more episodes.
7 more. That'll be it for this week's Shark Dive.
Yeah, the countdown.
Where we just keep saying.
What were your guys' thoughts on this one?
It was an episode.
It seems like they're getting ready to hand the show off to the Dino Avengers.
Wait, that was their name? The Dino Avengers?
Dino Avengers, and then the leader of the Dino Avengers is T-Bone. I'm going to blow your guys' minds here. So the raptor that they're fighting is a bad raptor. So his name is Bad
Toronto.
Raptor. It's Kawhi Leonard. I mean, Kyle Lowry. I don't know. But we at least got a music montage this time, but it was like more of an ending credit than anything else.
It was more like, here's what's coming up next week kind of stuff.
It was kind of weird.
Next week on... It was interesting that they did the same setup again where they had to pretend like they didn't know who the other guys were, and then they stole each other's ships, and then President Horns... Yeah.
That classic TV trope where they steal each other's spaceships.
They did it again. There goes damn Street Sharks. All right. Any other thoughts about this episode, guys? I know that you guys are we're at the last stretch of the marathon here, guys.
I feel like there was something. Oh yeah, there's T-Bone. There was Stegs, who was the Stegosaurus, and then
Steg's the Tyrannosaurus.
It's because it's what he eats.
and then I feel like the other two were also named after what they were. So, which I don't know why T-Bone wouldn't just be called Rex or something. But T-Bone, what the fuck is? How is T-Bone like the name?
Spike is the Triceratops.
Yes. Yeah. So see that.
And then Bullseye is the pterodon.
No, that wasn't his name, was it?
Is the Brachiosaur and Petrie.
Bad rap. And then they have another raptor called Spitter.
Spitter?
He
Is there another one called Swallower?
Okay, I think we extracted enough out of this episode. Yeah, so let's go over to our
especially Swallower.
Now we have to be age restricted on this episode.
And then next week we introduce the newest raptor, Fluffer.
Anal bead haver.
Anal beadosaurus.
Yeah. Oh man,
this show's getting very sexual.
All right, so let's just go ahead and go over to our box office rundown. The top 10 hasn't really changed too much. Tenet comes in with 4.7. The New Mutants at number 2 with 1.8. Infidel comes in with 1.3 million. Unhinged drops from 3 now to 4 with 1.2. Broken Hearts Gallery falls from number 4 to number 5 with $802,000. Mine is $20 of that. And the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, is number 6, up from number 7. Bill and Ted Face the Music down to 7 from 5. Alone is a newcomer and is at number 8 with 182,000. The Personal History of David Copperfield at number 9, and Words on Bathroom Walls rounds out the top 10. So I don't think Broken Hearts Gallery would be this high if it wasn't for the fact, I don't know if Tenet is really, if that's the two things, but I just like saying that. Guys, any thoughts on this one?
It'd be nice to go watch a movie.
Yeah, I would like to participate at some point in the box office rundown as far as contributing money to it.
Yep.
Stu, did you get a chance to take a look at anything from
Sorry, what?
The like the local drive-in theater for you? Is that open yet?
I didn't. I mean, there is one near me, or kind of near me, but again, I don't know how I feel about going to see a drive-in movie by myself.
Well, the guy behind me was waiting to go see Tenet, and he was by himself.
That's because he's a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Oh, then. Oh, were you sitting right behind that guy?
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh wait, it's just Stu.
This hat comes right off. He's a big fat phony. All right, no other thoughts, guys?
I never have any.
Ben, what's the next big movie that's coming out? Is it Bond?
In all honesty, I am losing track just because of how frequent the release schedules have been shifting around. Like, I think the last one that got shifted around was
Surprise!
I know, right? Like, Black Widow is now not coming out till 2021. Like, that was the big one on my radar. And now it's gone. I don't know what's going on anymore. I think it is Bond, though. I believe it's Bond.
Okay. Well, at least we're getting regular weekly releases for The Boys season 2.
Woo!
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like it is receiving a justified amount of backlash for the release schedule, doing it on a weekly basis instead of just releasing the whole thing all at once?
No, I always prefer this method.
Yeah.
To protect me from myself.
Yeah. I mean, like, not only that, but I mean, I think it's kind of a smarter move on their end. You know, they pretty much keep this discussion going, this hype alive for however many episodes, weeks that this goes on, rather than just shooting their load all at once and then everyone watches it.
God, Ben, why is everything sexual with you today?
What was up with me? Hey, we were talking about some dinosaur named Spitter. All right, come on.
You're the one who watched Porky's earlier, and now then you started talking about blowjobs. And now you're talking about
Anal beads.
Yeah.
Can we even put this in a title? Are we going to get flagged for that?
That's right.
Trifecta.
Anal beads. Oh, we're banned.
Well, there goes we just lose our entire license to be able to post videos and be like, well, there goes 57 episodes.
Oh, wait, did you all watch the newest episode of The Boys, or?
No, I think I'm like 2 episodes behind.
Shit.
But all I know is it is ramping up.
Well.
Does anyone hate Stormfront as much as me? Or is there maybe not hate, but for some reason it's like one of those things where it's like, man, Homelander was a douche, but she's a super douche. It's like now I'm like sympathizing with Homelander.
Which is kind of strange in and of itself.
I feel like this season definitely makes you think or recalibrate yourself a little bit, almost on a weekly basis every time you watch a new episode. Because you're like, how do I feel about that? Oh, okay, I guess I'm okay. Nope, not okay with it again. Right. It's just kind of like you keep jumping from one side to the other about each character, and then decisions are made, and then you see something happen, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm back on this side. I mean, it would make a lot more sense if I could talk about it, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody.
Yeah, I guess, no spoilers, so.
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts on the box office rundown outside of the fact that Stu's afraid to go see a movie by himself and Ben just turning everything we say sexual?
I said drive-ins. I had already gotten used to seeing movies by myself.
Yeah. Unless it's one of those kid movies at the first showing by yourself.
Wow. Yeah. See Dora the Explorer at 10 a.m.
I still remember that. Oh, that was great. All right. Well, that'll do it for this week's box office rundown. Jump over to the movie of the week this week. It is Cook Up a Storm.
This was your pick, so guess what? You get to do it.
Oh, what? Actually, I didn't write anything down for this week.
Oh, I'm so unprepared.
Shoot. I actually didn't write anything down. For some reason, I had everything in my head on Monday when we were planning on recording,
David,
and now I don't.
I can hear you opening your notebook. David.
I don't have a notebook.
I can hear you pulling the sheet of paper out of your jacket pocket.
Yeah, I hear you like pressing
unfolding
against the table and straightening the paper.
Cook up. You know what? I'm just gonna do it live. Wait, let me see. Did you hear me throw the paper away? Oh, I need that. But all right, whatever. It's far away now.
We'll put his trash can sound effect in.
Every time David talks.
Oh man! What?
Ouch.
Skyco is the owner and head chef of Seven, a local eatery that serves delicious comfort food from Chinese restaurants forever. And dude, I really didn't write anything down. You guys shut up. And it comes in, and a new restaurant comes in and challenges him and his style of cooking, and is Paul On from a Michelin-starred Korean chef. And they are both sent off to shut up. Dude, I should have had something written down. This is bad.
Hey, this is how I do it, so come on.
Yeah, he's been able to pull a few gold nuggets out. Come on.
Yeah, but that's Stu. I'm not Stu.
Yeah, don't you forget it.
I never did. Sky was miffed by his father at a young age when he was told that he wasn't able to cook. But 20 years later, he is still the owner and restaurateur that is making people really happy in his neighborhood, cooking comfort food for them. Until a new restaurant owned and that's run by Paul On, a Michelin-starred Korean chef trained in France, comes in on his territory and forces him to rethink some of the things that he does. They are both sent off into a competition to face off against Sky's father, Mountain, in the ultimate chef's challenge. And so the only way he'll ever know if he stands up to the test is if he has to challenge his own father at his own game, and that is Cook Up a Storm. All right.
I don't feel like I understand. I don't feel like I understand what the movie is anymore after hearing you.
Yeah, go watch the movie.
We're all dumber now because of what you said.
There was a puppy. The
puppy was.
Everybody in here is now dumber for hearing that. I was like, oh.
God have mercy on your soul.
If you can't tell, I actually enjoyed this movie, and actually it stemmed from a Facebook video I saw of one of the like flagship scenes where it's like kung fu. It's like a kung fu movie in terms of its like style, but it's about cooking. So they stylize a lot of like the cooking things. Like for example, if you look up the movie, one of the trailers includes the like salmon scene where they skin the salmon and then he fillets the salmon, pulls the pin bones out, and then throws it at the other guy, at Sky, and then Sky like is able to I don't know why you would ever dice a piece of salmon like that, and then is able to pull it off of the skin and then flings it at him, and I mean, it's a gratuitous use of slow mo, but I enjoyed the movie. I mean, it's just for fun. It's only an hour and a half, and it's also available on YouTube. So, Stu, do you have any thoughts about this one?
Yes, I do. And so, where do I begin? I feel
Probably
like
from the
I
start.
was really roped in the opening scene when he's being interviewed by the TV and he's cooking that that
Three
uh
cup chicken.
yeah, and I was like, holy shit, that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a while there was like no cooking, or it was like gross high culinary cooking, high fashion cooking,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm not really a fan of. Um, and there was actually a line in the movie where he's like, you know, I came here to eat dinner, not to, you know, not for you
Oh,
to show
magic
off or
show.
whatever. I was like, yeah, you tell him, fuck this guy. Um, it's like, oh, why would you give me something that looks like a fried egg that's made of like fruit? Like, what the, this is just like, your giz is getting too out of hand. I just want something to eat. Like, so I'm not in general, like in real life, I'm not a fan of like those types of cuisines or cooking.
Oh, okay. Gastronomy, or
Or
like
I guess
changing
like,
the molecular gastronomy in that
yeah,
case.
yeah, it's like, oh, we use the essence to, or the ingredient to create a foam, and you just eat the foam. And I was like, fuck, why? I just want the thing.
Can I just have a steak?
Can I just
What's a
have the
steak
thing?
foam?
It was like, so, but yeah, the whole movie, I'm rooting for a Sky. He's like, yeah, his cooking is better. Fuck the other guy. Uh, but yeah, but it wasn't as much cook. I thought there'd be a lot more cooking scenes. I feel like I was shortchanged on the cooking scenes
Mm.
for a movie that was supposed to be about cooking. Because like I was roped in with the first scene where he's making that 3 cup chicken, and then I was like, oh sweet, I'm gonna watch more of that, and then I didn't really get to. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was fine movie. It was okay. Um,
Would you have normally seen this movie if I hadn't suggested it?
I had never even known about it, so
Okay, so no. Okay. Rating?
I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, that's fair. What about you, Ben? Thoughts?
Okay. Wait, am I still too low? Sorry. Hold on.
Well, we're 37 minutes in now, so just go with it.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
fix it in post.
Okay. Well.
We won't.
All right. Okay, let me get this out.
What is he doing?
Well, I'm getting my notes out.
Is he setting up a little gas stove or something? He's gonna start cooking right now.
Okay. Have you ever wondered what would happen if they took Chopped or Iron Chef and stretched it out into a full movie? Well, damn it, this almost qualifies, since this almost qualifies as a movie. Holy fuck, the production value on this looks like they took a soap opera, but took all the episodes and combined them. There were instances, especially early on, when the cooking and the actors were separated from the food. I mean, it was like really obvious. Like the actor would be like, you know, making cooking motions, and then they cut away to like hands, you know, actually doing the cooking. It was a bit jarring. It's like kind of like filming a bad action scene, you know, where they make like a billion different cuts in just like a punch, and you don't really understand what's going on. There were instances, especially towards the end, where the characters just kind of materialize food. You don't even know what they're cooking. You know, they just like shows some general cooking stuff, like, oh, they're preparing vegetables, and then voila, tofu. You know, the marbled tofu at the end. I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I wouldn't have never fucking caught that. But they do kind of hint at it through external characters looking in on what they're cooking. It's like, oh, look, he's doing that. Like, that's how they explain the cooking. The fucking characters on the side that actually explain what the fuck is going on. But they don't actually show it, so that's cool. The title card for the
like Iron Chef.
But holy fuck, the fucking title card for this was out of fucking left field. They were doing that 3-cup chicken, and then the guy talks to that dude and is like, hey, you have to wait in line. I don't want to wait in line. You know, I'm better than all of you. And then, for some reason, what was his name? Sky? His eye explodes in fire, and the camera zooms in on it, and then it says, cook up a storm. Let me get into that, too. Why is the English translation of this movie Clash of the Culinary Gods, but the movie in English is called Cook Up a Storm? I feel like
the Cantonese to Mandarin conversion, and then there's the Mandarin to English. That's where it's lost in translation.
Clash of the Culinary Gods sounds a lot better. Not only that, it actually matches the story. What than generic ass Cook Up a Storm? Cook Up a Storm.
I don't know. Clash of the Culinary Gods sounds like a
very
like
pretentious
a Clash of the Titans movie where it's like, oh, there's gonna be some fight scenes and like some.
Honestly, they might as well gone with it. I think that title fits this a lot better than fucking Cook Up a Storm. Like Clash of the Culinary Gods.
There wasn't very much cooking in this one. I think
I'm curious. I gotta ask because everyone here is Asian, some more than others.
You mean some are twice as Asian as some others?
We're all fairly familiar with Asian culture. So having all these gripes come out of Ben's mouth right now is like, were you expecting something else from an Asian movie?
That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
I was expecting a good movie. All right,
you're acting as if this is not like a common way that like Asian movies are done.
Yeah, like I was not expecting any. I mean, when Stu said 6 out of 10, I was like, that's actually a pretty good rating for a movie that came out of Hong Kong.
I would say that okay, let's say this. Like, I think that I found the cooking in what was that movie?
Chef.
No.
Tampopo.
It wasn't Rumble in the Brock. What was that? It was a Jackie Chan film. It was an early Jackie Chan film.
Super Cop.
Legend of Drunken Master.
No, not Legend of Drunken Master. After that, it was the one where he was in the car and it was
Legend of Drunken Master 2.
There's the one where he's barreling down that village and it was exploding everywhere. It kind of reminded me. I was going to say it reminded me of Bad Boys, yes, but no, not Bad Boys. Well, anyways, there's
that's how you cook.
Well, there was a scene where he makes instant ramen and I found that the cooking in that was way better than any of the fucking cooking that happened in this movie. And that's a Hong Kong film. And that's a good-ass film. Like, Jesus.
I wouldn't really call what Paul On was cooking, but okay.
I wouldn't call anything.
I don't think it's really cooking. That's more just like changing the molecular structure of something to be something.
Are we in a lab?
Like, okay. Wait, where was I? All right, chapter 3. They had some white folks at the beginning of the movie, and they're all speaking English, but holy fuck, it didn't sound like they knew how to speak English.
This is another reason why I don't understand why you're acting like this is a new like revelation to you. Like,
well, it's just like, oh, it's a Hong Kong film, so they get like a pass at being a bad film. That's it? No, hell no.
No.
And then when the Korean guy starts speaking English, it's totally fucking dubbed. Yeah. Like, holy shit, he sounds like the safety instructions guy on an Asian airline video telling you how to properly inflate your fucking personal flotation device. That's what he sounds like. Like, holy shit. Beginning of the movie, the Korean guy pretty much tells a restaurant to fuck off because he's going to China, and then the staff all look at him mad and bewildered and defeated, and then when he's walking out, they all start fucking clapping, but it's something so short and not even highlighted that, like, why even fucking include it at all? I thought this was going to only be in a few scenes, but this happened throughout the whole movie. There were scenes where the fucking frames per second went to fucking 2 This happened in a bunch of random shots, and I think it's because the editor literally did not have enough footage to work with, so they just stretched the certain scenes out so that it would match. The fucking flashbacks with a sepia filter, what is this, a fucking Snapchat story? And the cooking just devolved into food that they were being tossed around in fire in slow-mo. It looked like I was watching a commercial for Burger King or Sizzler, and the story reminded me of fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! It was like, what was it?
So there was a good thing then.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, that was the good thing. It was a down and out guy versus
For all
a
that,
rich.
10 out of 10.
Ben, what's your rating?
Biased or unbiased?
Biased that it reminded you of Yu-Gi-Oh? Or
Biased 2 out of 10.
Unbiased?
3 out of 10.
the same score.
All right, I'm gonna mute Ben so that way Stu, you can say your piece.
I'm just confused and bewildered as to how Ben is acting as if this is not like a common thing in like
thread.
Asian Asian movies.
Expected, right?
Like anytime white people are portrayed in an Asian made film, it's always this goofy thing where it's like
English.
Yeah, it's like they're speaking English, but even if they're not dubbed, it's like what they're saying is really off. And it's like, that's not how people talk. Because it was like
Google translated in whatever the native language was. Google translated.
And they're probably not even
this. I'm
like, they're probably not even native English speakers. They're probably like, from Europe or something. Yeah, German people or something.
And then I was like, but they're representing English people?
Ultra German or something. But
your food is very good.
So all that stuff is like, I was like expecting it. It was like when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Asian movie. So of course it's gonna be like this. Like of all the Asian movies I've seen, it's always like this. Even in one of my favorite Jackie Chan movies, Who Am I? Is like even the white people in there's like something's not off or something.
It's almost like the timing wasn't right. Like they originally had it in Chinese and then they realized that the person could speak English,
right?
And so they gave him English words to use, and it's like, oh wait, we should have just
let the person writing the script didn't natively speak English, so like the English, like just like the phrasing is weird.
The localization. Oh, dude, I kind of want to watch.
Did you really mute Ben?
No, I didn't. He did it himself.
Oh, okay.
Being very respectful. No, I did for a second. I was like, you know what? I think Ben's good now. I think he worked himself into a lather and then washed it off.
Hey, I got more. You want more?
No, we're done.
All right. So the soundtrack sounds like Iron Chef, but in a bad way. The sound effects, holy shit, they really exaggerate the knife noises and the like squishy sound noises. And the street they're on, like, let me tell you about the fucking production value, because it looks like they're at the shopping center at Paris, Las Vegas with the fake ass guy. I think I saw Gordon Ramsay's steakhouse in the fucking corner.
That was actually one thing I liked about the movie was like the way the set looked. It was obviously like, that was like one part I actually liked. But I do agree with Ben. This essentially was one long Iron Chef episode, or
except much worse.
Yeah, and also like the dynamic. I never understood that. And this is another thing about just Asian movies, I feel, or Asian media, whether it's like anime or whatever, or it's like, why is there always like, there's always like someone who's like super over the top evil for no reason. And then there's always like the ancillary character who's like slightly retarded. Who's like, what is that? Have you guys noticed that? Like Ian Bennett mentioned in the beginning, the guy who just like storms in and demands that he wants to be served is like, really?
Like a goon.
Yeah, it's like, really? This is how they see, like, this is like an evil character. This is what they consider evil. It's like just so over the top that it's like not even believable.
I'm going to go ahead and jump into our favorite moments, because what you mentioned kind of reminds me of that. Is my favorite moment. It's not because it's good. It's just because how quickly it happened and how awkward it was they confront Paul on about not being able to taste food, and that they pull the book out, and then he's like, you know, they want her to go. I forgot her name. His like
Mayo.
Girlfriend to go represent him.
Mayo. Oh yeah, her name's
Mayo.
Mayo.
Mayo. Oh yeah, which means no, none in Chinese, by the way. And I was like, it's not mayo as in like mayonnaise.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize that they weren't talking about mayonnaise.
Did you know about the Chinese word, Stu?
Obviously not, David.
Shut the hell up. All right.
But I wasn't sitting here going like, "Oh, her name's like the sandwich stuff you put on your sandwich."
I was. I thought it was me.
Everybody's named after different condiments. Sky,
This
Paul on, Mountain,
means ketchup.
ketchup. Yeah, so there was that scene where then all of a sudden when you're talking about like the super bad guy, right? And then the girlfriend walks in and goes, what makes you think I can't, do this because at least I can taste what's a useful chef to you. And then all of a sudden the owner of the restaurant pulls the girl aside and goes, I like her. She's my girlfriend now. And I was like, what?
That's how it works in China.
I guess. I own the restaurant and everything in it, including the chefs. So get out.
I was say like, what makes you think you can do this? Like, because you haven't shown us that you can cook at all throughout the entire movie. You're like a hostess.
Yeah, you if anything, you're got the garnisher, right? You haven't done any real cooking. He's like,
you're on sauces.
But I will say, okay, here's the thing: is out of all the dishes, which dish would you guys have preferred? Like, pick one dish that you guys would have wanted to try right then and there.
I would say the 3-cup chicken,
Okay.
or possibly the noodles he made at the end.
Okay. What about
I don't know
you, Ben?
I don't know what that dish was, but
Like peddler's noodle.
Beef and onions? I don't know.
That's the one I would have picked because that one looks so good, and he used
Which
Kobe
one?
beef.
Oh,
The spring onion. I forgot what it's called. Whatever that dish.
the one
is.
that he cooked up in his own restaurant in the fancy
As a
restaurant.
challenge to
You mean
him.
the one where he goes into that restaurant, doesn't wash his hands, goes into the back of the kitchen and grabs that whole slab?
It's China,
like,
Ben. For fuck's sake, how many
Oh,
times
so
do we
in
have
China
to
it's
go over
okay.
this?
It's okay. You just go in and just fucking touch with her, and then suddenly you got coronavirus. God
Yeah,
damn
by
it.
the way, hey, before you keep talking bad about this movie, just let you know that this was distributed by Emperor Motion Pictures.
I realized that after the gold and red just flashed on my screen when the movie started.
Was
All
that
right,
one guy supposed to be the Chinese? What's his face?
We were wondering that Xi Jinping.
It's like, is this like a knockoff version of him, or is this actually supposed to be him? Are they allowed to portray him in media? I don't know. I don't know the rules.
Okay. Favorite moment, Stu?
I don't know if I really had one because I feel like Ben was saying, this was a glorified over super extended episode of Iron Chef or Chopped or whatever. I think the only part that was like really satisfying to me was when like he got fed up at the what's that restaurant called, Stellar, and he like grabbed that stupid little salad bowl that was like, oh, we put water in it and it grows out of the dirt we've just fed you. And he took that bowl and he threw it at him and like in disgust. I was like, yeah, that was very satisfying to me because I felt the same way. I was like, fuck this stupid whatever you call it food. I would eat at the 7 restaurant 1,000 times before I ever ate at the other restaurant. That's how I feel.
What about you, Ben? If you had a favorite moment, since you rated it at least a 2.
I liked when he went to the arcade and played Maximum Tune.
Of course he did.
Yep.
Not the horse racing game?
No.
The horse betting
It's
game?
not the plastic racing. It's not the plastic horses, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The one at the MGM they still have, or the...
What if it was the one that you shoot water at to race the horse across?
Ben, if that was the case, instead of them playing the horse racing game and that's how they did it, would that have raised your rating at all?
If it was the water one, or if it was the one where you put the dime?
It's the water one, because you like squirting and spitting stuff.
Oh my god!
Hey, you're the one who brought that up. You're the one who brought that.
Here we go. Get the age restriction coming in.
Coming in hot.
Real hot.
All right, I think that'll pretty much do it. Ben, do you have anything else you want to share? And I'll start wrapping this one up.
I mean, I got a whole book, but no.
Okay,
I'm
no,
good.
we're moving.
It's like
All right,
it's
so
like
that'll do
Darren,
it.
where you spend so much time. You spent more time like coming up with things you didn't like than you actually spent watching the movie.
Yeah, I
He
did.
saw the first opening. He saw the title card, and then just started just scribbling notes profusely.
Yeah.
And then when he took a break for water, he'd look up and he goes, "Okay, I saw that part. That counts." And just start writing again.
I got to ask though, real quick, before we
Yep.
wrap up. Which part of was lost in translation when they kept referring to him as the god of cookery?
What do you mean?
Like, what was that? Because that sounds like a very Google Translate translation to whatever they meant to say.
I don't.
Like, what?
It's a blend of a word. So the word for cook and the word for like God they sound very similar. And so they call him like Susan, which is like God cook, pretty much is the way it literally translate. So I guess they probably wanted to call it God Chef, but God Chef doesn't sound as good. And so they went with, what was it?
God Chef actually sounds better to me.
God Chef?
Yeah.
And culinary God?
No, God. It was the god of cookery or something, wasn't it?
Something like that. Clash of culinary gods or God of cookery or something like that.
Clash
I
of
don't know. The
Culinary
Chinese
Titans.
translations are weird.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll wrap this one up. So that'll do it for Cook Up a Storm or Clash of Culinary Gods, depending on wherever you're watching this movie. But yeah, so I believe we have two more for That's What I Call Cinco's foreign films, and I believe it's Stu's choice. Stu, what have you decided for us?
Well, because I'm not really great adept at foreign films, I'm picking one of the most foreign films I could think of.
Train of Busan.
No,
Fantastic.
no,
Oh,
no.
what are you
We're
picking?
not. No.
Commando.
No. Yeah, Commando, the
Pan's
Chinese
Labyrinth.
Version. No, we're gonna watch an oldie but a goodie, Super Cop. That's a foreign
right.
film.
Ooh.
All right, that's exciting.
Super Cop. Super Cop.
Cop.
You know,
Super Cop.
David, when you said foreign film, I thought you were gonna choose some foreign animated film, like I don't know, or something about a foreigner, like Feifel Goes West or something.
Oh,
Feifel-
The Foreigner is
Feifel-
also considered a foreign film.
Is it? Just
No, I'm just kidding. No, it's
yeah,
not.
I don't think so.
It's an American film.
Just because it has Jackie Chan in it doesn't make it a foreign film.
very
and
foreign.
Racist.
Very foreign. Everything he says is very foreign.
But yeah,
All right.
Super Cop.
All
Okay,
right.
Super Cop it is. So join us next week as we review and watch Super Cop as part of That's What I Call Cinco's foreign films, as well as Street Shark Season 3, Episode 22. That means that there'll be 6 more after that. But if you guys enjoyed any of this, make sure to also check us out on Twitch. We stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the occasional Saturday and Sunday, because surprise, it's Red Alert. Make sure to hit that follow button as well as the bell icon so that way you know every single time that we stream. This past week we streamed Among Us with some of our friends, so definitely check that out. And then you can always catch the Dos Nav Cinco show on Spotify, SoundCloud, Google, and Apple Podcasts, as well as on YouTube. Come check us out, say hi, drop us a line, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time. But before we leave, as always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
I'm Ben.
Don't forget to tip your Reiki master. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away from each other, guys. And we will check you guys on another time. See ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye.